Have you ever woke up one morning and thought, do you know what? The weather is far too good to stay at home today. Well, today we're one of those days, and where better to go than the beach. So I've packed my bag full of gear, drove for a couple hours, hiked about a mile or so in, and here I am on the east coast, ready to do a beach camp. Yeah, boy! And no, the weather's not good. It's shite. Oh, shit, it's gone. It's gone. Tarp's gone. Wow, man, we're getting pressed in here by this tarp. Get away. So underneath me is literally a river. Big ass waves smashing up. That is full of water there. What the hell do I do now? Tell you something, I've got absolutely filthy trying to find a spot. The weather's really coming in now. Obviously being on the coast, plenty of wind coming in and the driving rain as well. I've managed to find this little spot. I think I might just get the tent in there. It's on a bit of an angle. There's a few little puddles, but I reckon we'll be all right. I'm not turning back now anyway. I want to get this tent up and get some decent grub cooked, because I am starving. Right guys, as you can see, the tent is up, the Hilleberg Solo Black Label. Oh mate, this weather, that sea is ferocious this evening. Right, I'm gonna get in that shelter. Right, that took a lot longer than I expected to set up. I'll show you what I've done here from inside. So I got my two trekking poles, one there, one there. Obviously the ground's not flat at all, so not easy to pin the tarp out. And I forgot to bring some extra guy lines or paracord or whatever to pull the tarp out from the corners. But I think I've done a good job considering. I thought I'd bring the tarp just in case, because I knew I was going to be on the seafront, obviously very exposed, so the wind and driving rain were going to be coming in. So when I'm going to be doing some cooking later, I didn't want all the rain to be flying inside the tent, if you know what I'm saying. There's not much you can do about that driving rain if you want to be cooking outside your tent. But at least now I've got a bit more space for cooking. Sorted. Right, so that's what we're dealing with. We've got the sea there, little beach there, and here's my little cell. It's a shame about that fire pit. Wankers. And that's my little setup. Plenty of room in there now. not a bad spot really, that is it. I think I've done alright there. Obviously, if the weather was slightly better, it could be improved even more, I'm not going to lie. But I certainly won't be having a dip in that. It's ferocious, and I am wet through. We love a beach camp. Been done. Feet are soaked, man. I didn't anticipate that properly. I came over to see these pillboxes. I think they're from World War II or something. I don't know, man. I've no signal, so I can't do any research. Oh, it's good to be out. Oh, I do like to be beside the seaside. There's all sorts of shite washed up though. Proper filthy out there really. I said I needed some guy line for my tarps, but don't fancy using that rope. Fish supper. So we're just up there. Show you I've pinned it all down there. Got a nice rock on that one. So I've just used back at solo to give it a bit of lift, and then got my trekking poles in there. Nice! Right, that's me, fully changed now in the down gear. I've got my down jacket on, my 4-class decathlon jacket, and I've got my Naturite down pants on. I'm just letting my feet dry out a little bit, and then I'll be whacking my Naturite down booties on. These are a godsend now, it's starting to get cold. Well, all of it is. Down gear is essential in my opinion, or at least some form of down, whether that be actual down or synthetic down. But these are beauties. So I've bought a new little table for these short camps. I've not had a chance to get it out yet because I don't really take it to mountains, it's not one of them. So I'm going to set that up now, and it'll just give me a little bit of surface area, get away from all this mud, because it's pretty grimy. Even my ground sheet's just filthy now. No messing about, just keeps everything off the ground, keeps everything dry, out of the mud. Sorted. Now, I got some more new gear, let's have a look. I've been waiting to get one of these for time. A jet boil skillet, little spatula that fits in place, fold away handle. Now I've seen Going Solo use this a lot on some of his videos, and he really rates the pan. And if you've seen his channel, you've seen his cooking, if he rates it, it'll do a job for me. So this is the jet boil skillet. I don't own a jet boil, but obviously it's just a frying pan, so it works with any other stove. The stove of choice for me, as always, well not always, but 99% of the time, is the Soto Windmaster. The best stove. So I put that together. It's been a while since I've used it. I don't know when this video will be coming out, but I used it once I think when I did the Cumbria way, and that were about it. Once or twice. So now we're nice and stable now. We're gonna get us pan. We don't have to worry, we don't have to mess about. I swear I had a drip then. I think it's earlier from when I tried to put the tarp up in the rain. Inside of the tarp got pretty wet while I did it, so just bits of drips coming down. Anyway, got my pan, got my boiling pan. So I think the first thing I'm gonna do is forget about that. I'm gonna get a brew out and go. In fact, I also brought with me, I brought everything with me on this little camp. They were last minute things that were a bang everything in bag. Don't matter how much it weighs because I'm not going far. I brought my alcohol stove with me. So do you know what? I might use that actually. I'm going to use that first. Save this for cooking. So drink of choice, we've got the Costa Coffee salted caramel latte. Got to be one of my favourites this when it comes to a sachet coffee or latte. Whoa. I think that'll do. Boiled enough for me, is that? Cheers. Needed that. Right then, wait till you see what I brought for tea. Let's have a look. I've had to prep some of it at home. So in that sandwich tub we've got peppers, onions, mushrooms, cheese and some butter as well in there. In this sandwich tub we've just got bread and tin foil, and then in this we've got some bad boy steaks, 21 day matured steaks with smoky chipotle butter. Now I'm pretty sure I've had this before and it was really nice, so I'm gonna make, I reckon I'm gonna make some steak sandwiches.
Give your meat a good old rub. That's it.
Well, that's wrapped in foil now. Leave that there. It'll stay nice and warm. I've double wrapped it in foil. So that's how it's looking with just flour, butter and milk. And now we just need to add the cheese and some seasoning. Right, taste test. Let me get some foot juices. Oh my God. Oh my Lord. Come on. Now that is a sandwich. That is beautiful, honestly. Probably not going to be able to see it properly. It's the cheese sauce that makes it. I know I've nearly finished it, but just to show you the steak as well. Nicely pink, still in the middle. Just how I like it. The best thing about that meal, I don't know whether it's better with this light on or not. Yeah, I guess. It's better for me, obviously I can see more. I don't know if it's better for the camera. Anyway, the best thing about this meal is steak, bread. We can do it all again. All I've got to do is cook the steak, reheat the sauce, just chuck it all back in the pan basically, reheat it all, bosh. So to put my shoes back on, I've got my down socks on still, but I've just put them in some bread bags and then inside my shoes. These are the Columbia Facet Alpha 75 or something, I think. And the best thing about them is, especially for camps like this, there's no laces. Well, there is, but you don't have to tie them. You've just got that there. Squeeze it to release it. So decent shoes, waterproof as well. Unless you go stand next to water when tide's coming in and it goes straight up here, because then you've got no chance. So big shout out to Columbia and Brand Nation for sending them out to me. I know they don't look much like that, but they are a decent looking shoe. Well, here we are on the beach. That's my setup in there, nice and cosy. I didn't really need the tarp, but it certainly helped for putting the camera outside. So obviously I've got enough room inside there for the cooking, but to film from a distance, obviously the camera had to be further back in the rain. Right, I best get back inside because it's raining and I've got my down gear on. I don't want to get this wet. That wind's proper coming in now. Oh shit, it's gone. It's gone. The tarp's gone. Wow, man, we're getting pressed in here by this tarp. Get away. Right, I need to get out. Need to get out. Where's this peg bag? Shit, we've lost the tarp. Right. There we are. Right, that's a good peg. That's not going anywhere, so I'll take the rest out. Shit, I'm slipping all over the place. Right, that's the tarp done with. Everybody in, trekking poles in. We're gonna have to have a scope about for pegs tomorrow. I need to get in. Oh, jeez, man. 15 minutes ago I was cooking there. Imagine if that all came in then when I had frying pans and that on. Could have messed my meal right up. Could have set fire to the goddamn place as well. But yeah, I didn't really think when I was putting the tarp up about the wind. I knew it were a bit windy, but the pegs that I was using were shite. So I reckon now I'm going to drop the table, take the legs down, so I've still got a surface, and cook my meal inside the tent, but obviously drop the legs so that it's nice and low, if you know what I mean. Need to have a bit of a tidy up as well because it's a right mess in here. See, plenty of room in the vestibule. It's kicking off a bit out there, you know. Them winds have certainly picked up. Please excuse the mess, man. Looks like a crackhead's vestibule in here. But I'm just cooking the leftovers. Looks like bloody mashed tatties, that, doesn't it? It's not, it's that cheese sauce. One-hander. Asking for trouble, not holding pan. No, I can't do it. I can't do it, guys. It's a two-hand job. Two-hand jobby, that. Now, that's my kind of pan. Not even had to use any water. Just give it a wipe round and it's more or less come clean straight away. I didn't even have to scrub it out. Obviously, I'm going to give it a wash when I get home anyway, but still, at least I've got all that grease off, or most of it. Decent pan. Jet boil. Skillet. Right, so I've had my food now. Well, my main meal anyway. Got my sleeping bag out. This is the first time for this winter. Well, I know it's not winter yet, but first time that I've drawn for the winter bag. Because the temperatures are starting to drop now on the night. So I thought, you know what? It's time to bring the winter bag out. I've just made my son a little pudding. I've gone for a Summit to Eat custard apple crunch. I get all my dehydrated meals from Base Camp Food. So I'll put a link in the description. It's a referral link, and if you use the code GoodBlokeOutdoors10, then you'll get 10% off all your orders. So I've gone for, as a little pudding, custard apple crunch. Really nice, this one. Nice. It says put 150 ml of water in. I put about 170, 180 in, and it just gives you a bit more juice with the custard. Yeah, spot on is that. Really nice. So I guess now, I'm just going to chill out now. Not sure how much sleep I'll get because it's pretty rowdy being next to the sea. And the wind and rain is obviously coming in, making a lot of noise, so we'll see. Once I drop off, I'm usually good for a fair few hours. I'll fall asleep. So it doesn't look great. It's a bit like an apple pie with custard. I'm guessing that's what they're going for. Looks like baby food, doesn't it? Right then, I'll probably bring you back before I go to sleep. I've got my darn tough socks drying up on washing line, along with my cap. What a cap that is, eh? Hilleberg cap for a Hilleberg tent. I love that. Love that. Right peeps, so I'm going to get some sleep now. The rain stopped, which is pretty good, and the wind seemed to have died down as well. I can hear the waves crashing out there, which is to be expected, but it's pretty relaxing to be honest. So hopefully I should get some decent kip. So peace out, I'll speak to you in the morning in a bit. Right, we've got a bit of a problem here. So underneath me is literally a river. Big ass waves smashing up. Let me see if I can show you. That is full of water there. What the hell do I do now? So under there is water. We're getting soaked here. Luckily, hydrostatic head on that's about 5 million, so the ground sheet should be fine. But yeah, getting a battering from waves, it's inside a tent and that every now and then. See if I can get some on video. There we go. Well, morning people. I've never experienced a night like that before. So at one point I just had water fully under the tent. I could press down on the ground sheet and the water just spread. It was like bubbling up under my mat. Them waves, man, compared to now, obviously the tide's out, but wow, it was smashing up onto here, this platform, which I thought was well above where the sea would get to, or the waves would get to. And because I'm down a little bit, it was just running straight down and pooling right where I am. And there were stones and that getting pelted at it, and like bits of this wood that people have been burning because it's really light, because it's been burnt. It was just getting pelted at the tent with the waves and the water. And mate, if I show you this, my bag is absolutely filthy because that was in vestibule. So my bag is just filthy and just soaking through. But the tent, wow, look at that mess in there. I don't even know what to do with that right now. I might try to detach the footprint, if that makes sense. Inside's obviously fine because it's been zipped up separate, but that vestibule, wow. And my trekking poles. Ugh. Disgusting. But anyway, not a bad view though, is it? Little dog walker there. Certainly won't forget this one. So initially I'd planned a 2-night, 3-day trip to the Lake District, but the weather we've been having is just absolutely grim. So I did a post on my community tab on YouTube, and someone suggested, why didn't you go over to East Coast and do a coastal camp? I thought, do you know what, I'll have a look. So that's when I decided yesterday, yep, pack a bag, drive a couple hours to the coast. Obviously the weather were grim, but like I said, it's not one I'm going to forget anytime soon. And it's worth it for this morning. Otherwise it could have just been another night at home, which you soon forget about. Right then, so I'm all packed away now. What a lovely morning. I've just done a little time lapse, you've probably seen that depending on how it turned out. So I've packed my tent away. What a muddy mess that Hilleberg is. I'm I'm gonna have to get it up in garden. I'm gonna have to give it some TLC when I get home. Properly clean it, scrub it, clean all those zips, because yeah, it is filthy. What I did is I just took one of the clips out of the vestibule, the ground sheet for the vestibule, sorry, and then I just sort of folded it under the tent to try stop that muddy surface getting on the inner of the tent, if that makes any sense whatsoever. Probably doesn't, but it does to me. So leave no trace, as always. Bit of a muddy swamp, to be honest, but everywhere is round here. So I got my bags there, and let's navigate back to the car. Oh, that's an heavy bag, let me tell you. But I've got about half a kilo in sand stuck to everything. This is how I'm leaving. Carrier bag and a bin liner, ready to go. So hopefully you've liked this one. I know it's something a bit different. If you did like it, make sure you smash that thumbs up button, give me a nice like, drop a comment as well, let me know what you thought of the video. I know it's not my usual sort of mountainous camping, but like I said, it were a last minute change of plan due to the weather. Anyway, I'll see you in the next one. Make sure you subscribed if you aren't already. Peace out in a bitch.